of this workshop is by Frederick Barbaresco, and he will be talking with us about, oh gosh, I hope I can pronounce this, Soreosymplectic structures of Lie group machine learning on statistical drone Doppler and kinematic signatures.
And I just have a very quick statement to make, sorry, just to remind you about feedback forms, and also there is a session at the end on sort of questions, and I know some people, a couple of people I've spoken to, do have some questions about the technical nature of some of the material that they've listened to, and so it would be a nice opportunity for them to be able to ask some questions about that at the end. And with regards to the feedback forms, please do leave them on the registration desk, and don't forget there's some drinks afterwards as well. Thank you.
Okay, floor is yours.
Thank you. So my talk is about soreosymplectic structure of Lie group machine learning on statistical drone Doppler on kinematic signature. So the main, I will present you the work done by Jean-Marie Souriau. So Jean-Marie Souriau is the inventor of the moment map, which has been presented by the previous talk. So some people say momentum map, he called it moment map, and he has introduced symplectic geometry in geometric mechanics. So our challenge is in Thales is to make some drone recognition. So we first try to recognize drone on their Doppler signature. So here you have some example of real or simulated Doppler signature. And we have developed, which is classical, but advanced because we have adapted that for complex signal with in-phase and quadrature signal of radar with a complex value, complex convolutional neural network. So we are working on complex data, and also HPD neural networks for Hermitian positive definite neural network. So we have defined with Sorbonne University, with a PhD of Daniel Brooks, a new deep learning algorithm for which are working in a complex domain for radar signal on drone signature recognition. So you have here an example on NATO database of drone. So here you have the classification of drones. So you have the name of the drone according to the Doppler fluctuation signature. You could observe different signature for different kind of drone, and also you have different kind of blades, and also birds that we could also recognize. But the problem is when you have not the Doppler signature, you have to use another signature, which is a kinematic signature, and so we will use kinematic data. So we use autopilot of drone to simulate trajectories, and GPS on birds to learn kinematic data on drone on birds. So I have no time to explain. So we have some classifier based on XGBoost with classical technique, especially based on work of on random forest by Gérard Biot and Erwan Skornet at Sorbonne University and École Polytechnique. But my talk is, could we use other signature based on Lie group? So the main idea is that when you have a time series of complex signal from radar, you can compute the covariance matrices, and you have a theorem by Verblunsky and Trench. Verblunsky is an Englishman, that all Toeplitz-Hermitian positive definite covariance matrices of a stationary signal could be coded with a real positive value, which relative to signal power in radar, and in Poincaré polydisc, that it is a signature of the Doppler spectrum shape. So if we consider that the group, the Lie group SU11 act homogeneously on the Poincaré unit disk, we will code the information of the Toeplitz-Hermitian positive definite matrices, not in the Poincaré polydisc, but in different coefficients coded in SU11 group. So this is for the microdoppler information, and for the kinematic information, the idea is to use the local frame of the trajectory, local Freinet-Serret frame, and we will track this local Freinet-Serret frame, and between two measurements you have a rotation and translation, and so you have the special Euclidean group SE3 which act along the trajectory. So you will have a time series of SE3 Lie group. So this is the idea. We will track a target along the trajectory by tracking its local frame, and we will have a time series of SE3 group. And for a Doppler signature, we will code, in fact, the Doppler signature. So here you have a Doppler spectrum, but this Doppler spectrum is diffeomorph to Topliss Hermitian positive definite matrices that you can code in a positive value on n-1 coefficient in the Poincaré unit disk. And this information will be coded by SU11 group. So with MinParisTech, in the PhD of Marion Pilté, supervised by Sylvia Bonabel, we have developed a Kalman filter on Lie group. So here this is a kinematic equation related to the rotation and the translation of the local Serret-Freinet frame. And so you can rewrite this dynamic equation with the Lie group, with SE3 Lie group, with this form. And we track also the Freinet-Serret equation with curvature, torsion, and module of the speed. And so we have this space of parameters. So I have no time to explain, but we have developed a Kalman filter working on Lie group to track the local Freinet frame for different kind of hypermaneuvering target like drone. So this is the tracking of the normal velocity, the curvature, and the torsion by this Kalman filter on Lie group. So if you want more information, you can go at this PhD. So what is the idea? So the idea is, could we make some statistic on Lie group? This is a problem. So we have to go to the evolution of calculus of variation. So this is a French view of history of calculus of variation. Hamilton is liking on other, but no, the main invention of Souriau was to introduce the Souriau moment map or Souriau momentum map. What is it? It is a geometrization of Noether theorem. In calculus of variation, when you have some symmetry, you have some invariant. On the moment map, the component of the moment map are the invariant. So classically, you have the energy, but you could have also angular momentum. So all these invariants are coded in the moment map. But Souriau has also introduced a symplectic two forms. I will explain that. And also, he has introduced what he calls Lie group thermodynamics. So we have this book has been edited 50 years ago. So he has introduced many things, especially symplectic geometry and geometric mechanics. But especially, he has introduced in chapter 4 Lie group thermodynamics. But I think that nobody has written this chapter because it was dedicated to statistical mechanics, and people who have read this book was mainly interested by geometric mechanics, but not by statistical physics. Souriau was interested by in classical mechanics by the Galileo group. So Galileo group, you have the rotation of the frame, and you have a boost, and you have a translation in space and a translation in time. And the idea of Souriau is you can rewrite this transformation as a matrix transformation, and here you have a group that he calls the Galileo group. What he has introduced in Lie group thermodynamics, and we try to understand what are these tools, is that we have in Lie group thermodynamics, it's how to make a thermodynamic which are fully covariant. Okay, so the problem is if you take the equation of thermodynamic, For instance, for the centrifuge, you can use a classical thermodynamic. In classical thermodynamic, you are only considering a local translation in time, but you don't consider the Galileo group action. So if you want to find a Gibbs density which is covariant under the action of the Galileo group, you have to define another thermodynamic on what he has introduced, that the classical Planck temperature, so in classical thermodynamic it's the inverse of temperature. In the thermodynamic of Souriau, this Planck temperature is an element of the Lie algebra. And the heat is an element of the dual Lie algebra. So it's difficult to understand when you introduce that, but we'll see what does it mean. And he also introduced in a second edition of the book, never published, but we have some manuscript, a general definition of entropy. So this is a definition of Souriau, is that this is a Legendre transform of minus the logarithm of the Laplace transform, which is a very general definition, and use that for his Lie group thermodynamics. He also introduced a metric which is invariant under the action of the group, and we have discovered in Thales that this metric is exactly an extension of the Fisher metric, which is well known in information geometry. And he makes the analogy that this metric is a geometric calorific capacity, and it is related to the action of the Massieu potential in thermodynamic. So what he is looking for is a fully covariant thermodynamic. So the history of Lie group is very long. What is important is different group, Lie group representation with Kirillov, but also Souriau, Constant, and Bergman. The harmonic analysis on Lie group on orbit methods, also with Kirillov and the French mathematician Dixmier, Duflo, and Michel Vergne, on Lie group on statistical physics, especially with Jean-Marie Souriau. So what is important in representation theory is coadjoint orbit. So what is coadjoint orbit? First, you consider the adjoint representation. So you consider the adjoint operator. So this is the action of the group on the Lie algebra. And by duality, you will consider the coadjoint operator, which will be given by this duality relation. So here you have the adjoint operator given by this formula. So G is an element, X is an element of the dual Lie algebra, and G is an element of the Lie group. And so you have the coadjoint operator. And the theorem of Souriau is that if you consider the coadjoint orbit, which is related to the coadjoint operator, so you consider the orbit which are generated by the coadjoint action, you have two forms that give to this coadjoint orbit a symplectic structure. So this is a symplectic homogeneous manifold. So you have a theorem of Souriau that every symplectic manifold is a coadjoint orbit. So you take a Lie group, you consider its coadjoint orbit, and you have two forms, which is given by this formula, which give to the coadjoint orbit a structure of a homogeneous symplectic manifold, homogeneous because the initial group acts homogeneously on this coadjoint orbit. But we will see that for Galileo group, this formula could not be applicable, and we will see hereafter. Before that, I have to introduce information geometry. If you are not familiar with information geometry, it's a very simple theory, just to define some distance between density of probability in the space of their parameter. Okay, so you can find what important metric is the Fisher metric, which is given by this relation, and which is related to the Cramer-Rao bound. So you can obtain the metric by a Taylor expansion of the Kullback divergence between the density parameterized by theta and parameterized by theta plus d theta. So the first term cancels, and you have a second term, which is the Fisher metric. what is the main property is that this metric is invariant by change of parametrization. And if you take a Gaussian, monovariate Gaussian density, you have the Fisher metric is very simple, and if you compute the metric, you have this one. So if you are a geometer, you recognize the metric of the upper half plane of Poincaré, which is obvious because the mean is a real value and the standard deviation is a positive value. So the parameter of the density of Gaussian density lies in the upper half plane of Poincaré. And so you have this property that the distance between Gaussian density in information geometry, this is the geodesic in the Poincaré unit disk of unit complex Poincaré disk. This information geometry is also used in machine learning. So classically in machine learning, we have to estimate a parameter and we use a gradient algorithms. But this gradient is not independent of the parametrization. And during the 90s, Amari has introduced what is called now the natural gradient. So you have to multiply this natural gradient by the inverse of the Fisher matrix. And this new gradient is invariant by change of parametrization. Okay, and you have other relation. You cannot give another definition of Fisher matrix. The Fisher matrix is a Hessian metric. If you take the Hessian of the minus log of this Laplace transform. Okay, so this is another definition of the Fisher metric, and you have a contact structure. Here you have a Legendre transform between this function and another function that will be the Shannon entropy. So the Shannon entropy is a Legendre transform of this function phi, which is minus log of the Laplace transform. So in statistics, it is well known. It is a generative function of cumulant. In statistics, it is also well known. It is a Massieu potential, which has been discovered before Gibbs and Duhem potential. And you have two dual coordinates, which are related by the first derivative of each dual potential. So you have two potential functions with the Legendre transform and two dual coordinate functions, and the Fisher metric is a Hessian of this function. And what is the generalization of Souriau is that it will preserve the same structure. So you will have this function with a generalized Laplace transform, but which is defined on the symplectic manifold. And you integrate on the moment map, which is related to the heat in Lie group thermodynamic. And if you use a moment map, so the integral could be also defined on the dual Lie algebra. You preserve this Legendre transform between the two, these two functions, and you have a generalized definition of Shannon entropy, which will be the Legendre transform of this function. And you have the two relations between these coordinates. Here, this is a heat in the Lie group thermodynamic, and this is the Planck temperature in Lie group thermodynamic. And is very interesting because you recover the classical, if beta is a derivative of S according to the heat, in classical thermodynamic it will be the inverse of temperature, and you will recover the Clausius formula that will be this one for the entropy. Okay, what is the property of the Lie group thermodynamic of Souriau is that the entropy will be invariant under the action of the group. Okay, so beta is in the Lie algebra, so when the group acts, you have the adjoint operator. S depends of Q that depends of beta, so you have SQ adjoint beta, which is equal to SQ. So it is invariant under the action of the group. And the Fisher metric is also invariant under the action of the group. So you introduce a metric that we have discovered to be exactly an extension of the Fisher metric, because it will be the Hessian of the potential function, but it gives this very strange expression. So when you are not familiar, it's difficult to understand, but we can recover the equivalent Kirillov-Constant-Souriau-2 form, which is very well known in symplectic geometry. But you have an additional term, which is generated to the non-equivalence of the coadjuvant action. So the fundamental equation of Lie group thermodynamic is this equation. Okay? Q is in the dual Lie algebra. This is a hit in Lie group thermodynamic. And if you look at the action of the group, you could observe that it is not equivariant. It should be equivariant if you have this equality, but you have an additional term, which is called the Souriau cocycle. On this Souriau cocycle, we generate, if you take the tangent at neutral element, a function theta, and you can define this term, additional term, according to this cocycle. You could also define this additional term according to the moment map, directly to the moment map. When you have equivariance, this term should be equal to this term, where G is the moment map. But when, especially for affine group or for Galileo group, you will not have equivariance. So this is the figure you can find in this book. You have beta in Lie algebra. You have the action of the group. And you take the hit, which depends of beta. And when you take the coadjuvant action, you have an additional term, which is the cocycle. So this is the second figure in his book, where you have here the Lie algebra with beta and the action of the group, the dual Lie algebra with the hit and action of the group with an additional cocycle. And you could observe that the entropy is a real function, but it is invariant under the action of the group. And phi, the potential function, is not invariant, but as the Fisher metric is a Hessian of this function, and it is linear according to beta, it will be invariant, the Fisher metric will be invariant under the action of the group. Another tool that we need is, in fact, extension of Fourier transform for non-commutative harmonic analysis, which has been introduced by Kirillov, Dixmier in representation theory. It's just an extension of the definition of Fourier transform, and the basic tool that you have to use is the coadjoint orbit. So the Fourier transform will be defined on the coadjoint orbit, and will be given by this formula, where you have one term which is called the Kirillov character. So just to conclude, I just show you one example. So we have data, Doppler data, which are coded in the Poincaré unit disk. And the question that could provide, the answer that could provide the Lie group thermodynamic of Souriau is, what is the definition of a Gaussian density in the Poincaré unit disk? Okay, and what is the Gaussian density? The Gaussian density is the density of maximum entropy. Okay, but what is the maximum entropy in the unit disk? So the maximum entropy will be given for the group SU11, and we could define a density of maximum entropy. So it will be the equivalent of the Gaussian density in the unit disk, or the Gaussian density for the group SU11. So I will keep the formula, but you have just to take the SU11 Lie group, you take the Lie algebra, you take the dual Lie algebra, it is a matrix computation. What is not so obvious is to compute the moment map. So it has been given by Benjamin Komen, Cahen, and other authors. So this is a moment map for the SU11 Lie group. It is given by this relation. So from the unit disk to the coadjoint orbit, you recover that the KKS2 form for SU11, you recover, in fact, the symplectic structure of the unit disk. You will recover the Poincaré metric in the unit disk. So it's obvious. Not so obvious, but we recover this property. And what is, in fact, the coadjoint orbit? The coadjoint orbit, are related with the moment map, it could be interpreted in terms of stereographic projection. So the coadjuvant orbit for SU11 is related to the hyperbolic sheet which is obtained by stereographic projection, or the inverse. So it is explained in a recent paper of Charles-Michel Marne, but only in French. And so just to, if you want to apply that for SU11, so you have to compute the Fourier transform for SU11 on the coadjuvant orbit, and you obtain this density. So this density is in fact the Gaussian density in the Poincaré unit disk. So it's a very synthetic tool that we can use. So also some researchers in Tokyo University are try to make the link between representation theory on statistics and probability. So it's a researcher Tojo, which has attended our last conference, working on this topic. So making the link between exponential families on representation theory in Lie group. So just this last slide to conclude. With this model, you can use Lie group non-supervised learning by using, in fact, the Souriau-Fisher metric. And so you will have a Souriau exponential map. You can apply mean shift algorithm because you have a metric on Lie group. Or you can use Lie group supervised learning with neural networks using Souriau maximum entropy density on coadjuvant orbit, or geodesic natural gradient on Lie algebra. So if you are interested, this is a book that we have recently translated from Jean-Louis Cossul, which was a researcher which was working on homogeneous bounded domain. It was a student of Henri Cartan, but he has worked on the extension of work of Élie Cartan. And in this book, he explains the model of Souriau with non-null cohomology, because the Souriau book is very difficult to read because he has not used classical notation. So in this book, you have classical notation of Lie group, and you can have more information. And if you are interested with Elena, we are supervising a special issue on Lie group machine learning and Lie group structure preserving integrators. If you are interested to submit. And next year we will organize at Les Houches a workshop with physicists on this topic. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I think we can take one question. Yes, Glenn.
Have you done already the applications with the drones? Does it work?
No, for the time being, we are testing some statistics on simulated data, okay, for on the Poincaré unit disk, coding SU11 Lie group, not yet on real data. For the time being, we are working on Lie group statistics with this model, and the idea is how to extend for Lie group time series. So the problem is how to extend for recurrent neural networks on time series on this kind of structures. But in ETH Zurich, they have done this. They have developed a neural network on Lie groups. It was for articulate. You extract skeleton from a human. Okay. And in fact, and you have a vector of SO3. So for each articulation, you have SO3, and you have a vector of SO3 and a time series of SO3, and they have developed neural networks working on SO3 Lie group. But it's more simple on SO3 because the cohomology is null, so you have not the additional term of Souriau. What is very difficult is for SO3, or for affine group, or for Galileo group, on some elements are given in the book of Souriau.
Okay, let's thank our speaker again.